Welcome, everyone. This is day 6 of the road to 600 ELO. Last time was the most successful session so far, where I went 3-0 in games. Sadly, since then, I actually lost 3 in a row offline. One of which I lost because I was on mobile, and who would have guessed it? I blendered my queen because you've never played on mobile before, it is very easy to accidentally move to the wrong square. So, I said, well, from this point forward, I'm never playing on mobile again. So, now, I'm at, let's see, we're at 559. So, dropped a bit from, I think I was around, at the end of the other session, I was around 570s. So, we gotta work our way back up. But, yeah, you'll notice I have the Wizard 101 music playing. A game true to my heart, if you've ever watched any of my old videos on this channel, but I mean, I still play today. So let's jump right into it. I think a 581 Noise 7 from Turkey. One of the strongest ELOs I've played. Of course, we don't know if he's a strong player. Playing the Dutch, which I don't really see the Dutch that often. I really don't. I've seen it only a handful of times, really. He goes here. He moves that pawn up. We castle next. Usually I use this pawn up and then castle, but I've discovered this engine usually likes for me to castle immediately. So I will. Castle immediately. Okay, targeting my knight. Now, should I be concerned over this? Do I move this knight out, and then if he takes, take with knight? Or do I just take with queen? I think taking with queen would be more beneficial, if we're being honest. Because getting your queen over to this side is pretty important. We'll just move... we'll move the pawn up. And if he takes, we take with queen. I don't think he'll take here. I really don't. Okay. Taking control over this square. Now, this square is open now. I could just drop my knight in there. And, he really has no... I think that was not a great move for him, honestly. Giving this spot for my knight is pretty huge. And then we want to move the queen over here. Depending on, you know, where he castles. If he castles. Still has moved this dark squared bishop. A very common thing I'll see is he'll go after this knight. And then if he takes, I take with pawn. Usually the route I take with that. Still have not moved out this knight here, but I did prioritize moving this knight here. Getting this knight over here is a very good thing for me, I think. Next, I'm thinking of a knight here, queen here, possibly. Moves the queen, which is interesting. I guess he's trying to get his queen going over here. He moves his queen. I'll move my knight here. And my logic with this is if I move the queen here, it's only defended by this pawn, and I don't want to open up my king. Really don't want to open up my king, so I'll move the knight first. And then, you know, we'll see. Oh. Okay, it's getting a little aggressive here. Now, trading here, I'm not really sure about that. I don't think the trade here... No, I say I just let him take. Yeah, I think I'll just let him take. But I will move my queen over here, I think. Yeah, I do want to do this. Connect the rooks. He takes. Now, do I take with pawn or take with a bishop? Now, if I take with bishop, this pawn... Actually, that pawn is not undefended. think I take with pawn here. I think I do. And then if he goes here, we trade off. I'm afraid of a fork here. That's the thing I'm really afraid of right now. I don't want to just move my queen, if I'm being honest. Because I'm thinking, like, takes, moves here. Take, and I'm forked. That's my main worry right now. Although I don't have to take if he goes here. But I'll take this. If he goes here, we will not take. We are not taking if he goes here with the knight. And if he castles queenside, then we can start pushing these pawns. I think he just made a massive blunder. What it looks like. Blocks with that. Could propose the queen trade, although I don't really want to do that. Thinking about this long and hard. Could propose the queen trade. We'll do it. We will just go for it. This also, if he takes it, he can't castle. I really don't like this music. Hold on. I'm sorry. I had to change that music. Oh, wow. He took. Okay. Oh, he can't castle now, so this is nice. We also have a check here. So he just... At this point, targets my pawn. And the diagonal. I mean, I could just kick him. I could just kick him immediately. Suppose. We got some options here. I don't really like the look of that move. We'll just kick the bishop. This bishop can only go here. I believe. He can only go here. Or we could trade. I mean, I'm up for this. He takes with king. And now, I'm thinking I'll move this knight out. Very close position right over here. We'll move the knight over here, I think. Attempt to get our knight over here. And then we'll go from there. I'm also thinking of just opening up the position here. Well, we'll go here with the knight. Try to get our knight to a more active square. Yeah, we'll just put our knight over there. I think I just want my knight to hang out there. He could kick it, which I honestly did not think about, and now I'm starting to think that putting the knight here was not a good idea, because if he just... Yeah. This is what I was afraid of. And I just wasted a move. Sadly. I was a little too eager to put the knight over there. Just a little too eager. And he pushes. Could go there. We'll just do that to prevent this. He did it anyways. Wow. Go here with knight? Go here. Let's see, there's it's a lot to digest here. We'll put the knight here. What's the goal of this exactly? I don't know. It opens up the diagonal. It does do that. This bishop will go undefended, which... I mean, it already is undefended. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just take. Take with this or this? We'll take with that. Okay. At this point, could play check and fork. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. I really like this. And if he takes, we take back. Right? Yeah, this is looking really good right now. This is looking like a win, but we'll see. We're down nearly 3 minutes in time. Yeah, we just take. Takes back. Now, I'm thinking... I'd sack this pawn to create a pass pawn, but... I think moving the bishop here... You know, he could defend the pawn, he does. Okay, I think we'll do like this. I think this works. Although he can just take. I did not even... a blunder. I think this is a good move. He takes. I take. Oh, I can't take. I can't even take. I'm gonna move my king out of the way of this rook. So now I actually can take here. Oh no, that was not the move. Now I have to put my rook here, I think. I really don't have another option here. I have to put my rook here. Alright, this is a little... I mean, this is still his game. I mean, this could go either way still. He has progressed his pawns much more than I have. I really should not have let him push this much. Yeah. My endgame skills are still totally lacking. Okay, defends his bishop. That's fair. Could put my rook here. Could also put it here. I think I'll put my rook here. My intention here being I'm going to try to target these pawns. Try to knock them out. And potentially play check, because he can't go down here. Okay, defends the rook. I think I'll just do this. Moves the rook, I can check, unless he moves the rook here. Which he probably will move the rook here. Could also move the rook here. He plays check. And... now what do I want to do here? Is the question. Do I move here or here? If I move here, I target both the bishop and the rook. I like this. Because this bishop can't defend the rook, because it's light square. I only have 1:30 on the clock. Dude, that's annoying. Can't move it here. And he could move it, he can't move it there. And he can't move it there. I'm still targeting this pawn. And this rook is still targeting this pawn. So I have two checks, potentially, that I could play here. Okay, he plays that, so I'm just going to play this. And just try to knock out these pawns. I'm giving up this pawn, and then I'm going to push this pawn. I think that's what I want to do. If he takes it. Oh, he could take with bishop. I didn't see that. That's right, we'll just take there. We are equal in pawns. Plays check. I play this. If he moves here, I might just take, and I win a pawn. Although, considering how low on time... Oh, he takes that pawn. Okay, I have to act fast here. I can't play that, but I can play this. Oh, no! No! Oh, dude, that's not good. That's really bad. Okay. Oh, I can't play that. I can't play that. I have to think fast. Think fast. Just play check. And we just have to push. We just have to push and pray. Oh my god. I choked. I completely choked this game. Wow. Well, GG. Wow. Yep. A very poor endgame performance loses me this game, which is unfortunate. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do at this point, I don't think. I mean, you know, I can try and... You know, like... Even trading here does not benefit me. I just lose on time. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. GG. That's a tough one. I mean, I played well. I would say in the beginning, middle game, I played fairly well. But the end game suffered greatly. Obviously, 3 blunders is very much tough. And I'm going to change up the music. So, tough starting on a loss, but let's go over it. So, we play, you know, typical stuff here. Knight c3, I never play knight c3. I mean, it is an option, but I'm not a big fan of knight c3. Castle. Okay. Knight c4. It always recommends c4, but, you know, that's not, I mean, I might try. I might play around with c4 in the, future. It recommended knight g5? Really? Oh, with knight g5, you have potential for e6 fork. Oh. Yeah. I didn't think about that. I guess that fork's usually not there because of... Oops. They usually have moved the dark square bishop by this point, but he did not. You know, so... Ooh. Blunder here, or miss? That's true, I did have a pin here. I'm just completely missing the pin there. I need to look for the knight pin more often. That knight pin is very common. You know, when I play this. Either pin with queen or pin with... Usually I pin with queen, but here I could have pinned with bishop. And I should have taken with bishop. Really? Yeah, I guess double pawns. Yeah. Not the greatest thing. And he gave me his knight here, so this was a very good start. I move here, which is kind of a dumb move. I mean, I offer the queen trade, but, you know, he accepts. Which does benefit me, but probably should have just moved my queen to safety. Kick the bishop. We trade bishops. In this position, I am very confident. And we'll kind of see how this game slowly unravels for me. I put the knight there, which is kind of pretty dumb because you can just kick it. Apparently I should have played this, which this move... I don't know. I don't really see... I don't have much knowledge about how exactly to work these pawns, you know? If you have sets of pawns like these, how to really work them, I'm a bit clueless when it comes to that. Putting the knight here, though, was definitely not a great idea. This was definitely just should have just moved these pawns. Whoops. Okay, so I move the knight back. He pushes forward. I create the luft. Still recommended b5. I guess it prevents this. this. So, or he could still do it via trip. I don't know. It, you know, I guess it's good for control. Okay, putting that there was the play. I take that pawn, which taking here was the play, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could have gotten the open c file with my rook, which I think I do eventually. Yeah, so I win this rook, which apparently, yeah. Was this fork not the best play? There was a better play? Really? I'm surprised that this was a better play than this. I mean, this is just... Although I guess this also threatens check and taking the bishop. So this is almost a bigger threat than the fork, but either way, this is, you know... I thought this was a free win at this point. And we're going to slowly see... Yeah, I should have taken that file. I really should have taken that file. You know, I mean, if I go here, he goes here. I don't know. Yeah. I did way too long to activate this rook, which I mentioned in the last video, but I take way too long to activate my rooks. Anyways, I give him a pawn for free. Just totally for free, which is pretty stupid. And then I kick the bishop. Although I don't anticipate what I should have just threatened the bishop. I considered doing this. I really did. And I never did. But I do that, which, you know, I forgot this can't take. Because when this takes, goes as check. Did not think about that. They're just pushed up, apparently. Yeah, not pushing there was a bad play, because then he just takes, and then he's targeting my rook. I can't even take with king. I mean, this was when I was starting to worry. I could have moved my king here. Wait, if I move my king there... If I move my king there, let's say he takes, I take... He can move his bishop to save. How would that... What? Wait. I want to see how this... Oh, it's check! Oh! Dude. Wait, I want to see this again. So I expose check, I just take the bishop, then what? Then he takes. Why would he not take there? Why would he not take there? That's a rook for a pawn. So then I have a rook and a bishop, he has a rook. I don't know. Wait a minute, Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was a good play, but, you know, I play this. Or I get the rook, he plays check, I move there. And I'm playing good moves here. I mean, this is solid, you know, dismantling of his defense. This was stupid. I give another free pawn here. I think it's the second free pawn of the game, or maybe even the third. I should have offered the trade here. Which, yeah. Probably should have. It also, if he somehow doesn't accept the trade, you just take the pawn. So... Yeah. Yeah. It's sort of a fork. Sort of. Even here, I still have a massive advantage. And then this move, I lose my rook, and then I hang my rook. So I hang both my rooks back-to-back turns. I hang this rook, and then I hang this rook. He doesn't notice it at first, and then here he notices it. And I had a chance to save myself, too. Man, that bishop just completely... Wow. Just two blunders right at the end. Just lose me the game. That's pretty sad, but it's alright. Because next game, it's a new game. New opportunities. We play Wolfham's at 571. He starts with the king pawn. Oh boy, here we go. Somebody bringing out their knight... Or their, their queen on the second turn. I think think I saw this earlier. I think I might have seen this yesterday, too. The same exact play here. I don't think I should take here. Yeah, we're just going to develop here. Not going to think too hard about this opening. Interesting. He's got 2 pawns in the center. If I take this... I mean, this is free, isn't it? Hey, you already blundered. Moves the queen there. Okay. We develop the knight here. Although it's going to be tough to develop this knight with this pawn here. We'll just develop... I think we'll just develop this bishop. Right here. Good space for it, I think. Next, I think I could go pawn there, bishop here, I'm thinking. And then we castle short. There's the bishop there, defends the queen and the pawn. Okay, we'll go... yeah, we'll go e6 here. Okay, so he's going to castle this way. If he ever moves his pawn up, I can pin the knight. But we'll move the bishop, I'm thinking right here. It's a pretty good spot for it. Yeah, this is a good spot. I got doubled pawns. It's kind of weird. Okay, so we can trap the queen. Like, do that. Can't take. Can go there. And then we're not going to do anything super, we should just kick the queen here. Yeah, we'll just kick the queen. He just takes... Oh, that pawn was free. The g7... I always forget. Always forget about that g7 pawn. Alright, I think at this point... There's a bit of a change of plans. Now I'm going to try to castle long. But, yeah, just gonna kick this queen. Get her out of there. So we're even in material now. Still don't hate this opening. As much as this queen has been a bother, you know, I feel like I am slightly more developed than he is. Yeah, it's annoying. I forgot about that pawn. I probably should have played... What should I have played here? I mean, I could have just played the pawn up. I could have done that, too. Also, I could play rook g8. Okay. I'm okay with this. Okay, so he wins, rook and a pawn for a queen. I mean, I'm okay with this. I'm completely content with this. What are we doing here? We got some options. If if I could somehow trap this bishop over there. I think my main priority should be getting my king over here, so I'm just going to develop this knight. Might even go c5. Yeah, we'll go c5. I want to get my knight over here, and bishop on this diagonal seems pretty strong. Okay, he castles over there. He doesn't take, which is interesting. I think we just take. Taking here seems like a very good choice. Because now we have this whole thing. Could allow the queen to... I think that's a good idea. I mean, you got the bishop-queen combo here. And if he moves the king here... Well, guess what? I can push this pawn up and then win the knight. You discovered check. This is looking very nice right now. Like, we're already seeing some potential here. He blocks with bishop. That's not a bad play. And just kick the bishop, too. He couldn't take there. I mean, what's... At this point, I don't even feel like castling's worth it anymore. I think I should just focus my attack on this king at this point. Just go all in, really, with these pawns. I mean, he... You know, just keep the pressure going. That's what I think. Yeah, we just take. And he takes back. And, at this point... Might want to develop the knight over here. That's probably the better play. Also want to make use of this somehow, but regardless. Do I like this play? I mean, after the trade, I could pin his knight, but he could just kick my queen. But I could fall back, too. Don't know if I want to do that. I'm not too into that idea. I think I'll just... Well, he's going to play this. So... I... should probably do this. I think this is a good idea. I think this... I mean, any equal trade at this point will benefit me. I think. I'm pretty sure I could just take here now, because this knight is pinned. And then this... Well, how about I just take the bishop, actually? Taking the bishop. Yeah, we'll do that. And this game is pretty much over, although I kind of said that about the last game. But this is even more one-sided than that last game. During middle game. So... No, I think I've got this. I've got 4 minutes. Plays knight there. Well, I guess what? I can pin both his knights now. Yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't moved his king at all during this whole dismantling. I'm shocked, really. Now I can just take this. I mean, now this game's basically in my hands now. I mean, I could start, you know... I haven't even developed the knights at all. And I'm dominating. I've not moved this knight. And I've moved this knight once, I think. Okay, he finally moves the king. So now... at this point, I'm probably just going to take here. Or do I do this? If I move here, say he goes here... I do that, win the knight. If he goes here, then I just... Or he could block. If he blocks with the knight... We'll see. I don't want to do it just yet. I want to do a bit more with this. I think at this point I'll bring out the knight. I want to bring more pieces into the... Oh, no! Oh! I just blundered my queen. Oh, dude, that's not good. Okay, I mean, we have check here with the rook. Okay, now I actually have to... Now we actually have a game on our hands here. Okay. Okay, here's what we do. We'll just play check. We'll just take the open file while we have it. Play check again. If he moves here, we just do that. If he moves here. Could do that. Well. That was a pretty bad spot for him to move to. But, let's see here. Can I somehow win a rook through a fork here? I mean, if there was a rook, say, here or here. I think I've got it. Does this work? Takes over here. It's like a bishop and a knight for a rook. We'll do it. We're gonna do it. Let's see if he actually takes. I'll be surprised if he doesn't take here. Yeah, he can definitely win my bishop, and I don't know if this was worth it. I don't know if this was worth it. I mean, it's like kind of a sneaky tactic, but he probably sees it. I'm guessing he doesn't take it. Wow, he just doesn't take it. Okay. At this point, wow. Okay. Could go here. Oh, dude, I don't know. I was so expecting him to take that now that he didn't take, I'm a little appalled. All right, we'll just bring it back. We will straight up just bring it back. Although this king is now stuck on this file, which I should be able to use to my advantage. This bishop, I need to get this bishop out here. Okay. So he does that. That's fair. We will play that. Does he notice? I have a minute 36 on the clock here, so gotta act quick. He just takes. Okay. I mean, does this win in material? I guess it kind of does, doesn't it? Alright, we'll take. We take back. Play. Don't have a ton of time here on the clock. Could play this. We'll play that. At this point, we're kind of in panic mode here with a minute on the clock. I've severely underutilized this knight. I mean, I've created a lot of problems here. He takes, so he can take. Oh, damn, that is an unfortunate blunder. We'll play check here. Oh, dude, I blundered my bishop. All right, well, this game's over. Another game where I have a very strong opening, and middle/end game I sort of collapse, unfortunately. And this is gonna be a loss, unless my opponent severely blunders somehow, or something like that. I don't have much time to think here. He has not used this rook at all. We'll move our knight to try to go for the rook. Okay, we go there. If he takes, we take. And, I mean, if he somehow takes and I take, it's not a completely losing situation. He targets that. We play... Oh, this is tough. I've now got... This is... I don't know what to do here. I really don't. If he takes... guard it. And I can't move this knight. This is tough. I don't know what to do here. I don't know. I just have to resign. Alright. 0-2 on the day. I will do a third one, though. I will do a third one because I'm trying to play more, get more accustomed to these kind of games. 62% accuracy. Not very good. Not the worst, but not good. So, we'll start. We play the Caro-Kann. Apparently moving knight here is a mistake. Which, I mean, I'm just trying to develop here. Oh, because he can kick it. Yeah, he can kick it, but then I would probably just go here, and it'd be a pretty good square for my knight. Although then he could kick it again. This is something I have to pay attention to. When bringing out my knights and bishops, I have to, before I put it on a square, I have to say to myself, okay, if I put it here, does he have an immediate attack on this piece with a pawn? Anyways, I take here because this is essentially a free pawn. I move my bishop out, which is a blunder. Oh, I just hung my bishop. I straight up hung my bishop, and wow. So much for me saying the opening was strong, because this was not a strong opening by any means. Anyways, I defend the bishop, he brings that out, I bring that out. You know, I'm just trying to develop here. I kick the queen. I could have castled here, while I had the chance to, yeah. I guess that was the play, castle. Because I just forgot about the weak g7 pawn. Of course he takes it. And I do that. And wait, this traps the queen. It doesn't trap the queen, does it? He can move it. I can't move it there, can't move it there, can't move it there. Wow, this does trap the queen. I didn't even notice. Can't move it there. There. Covered by the pawn. There it's covered by the bishop. There's covered by the bishop. Wow, okay. So he has to take there. Apparently, taking the queen wasn't even the best play. Oh, I could have taken with bishop. I should have taken with bishop. I didn't even realize I had two pieces attacking that queen. Take it bishop and, you know. Because this knight stayed on this square for so long. So long it stayed on that square. And then he takes that. And also, if I take with... Does he still get this pawn? No, he would still get the pawn. You know, I took with bishop. Yeah, I should have gotten my knight out of there quicker. My knight being here severely impeded my progress with these development of these pieces. So I take that, we trade off, which I thought this was a worth it trade. Opening up the right side. I played check, he blocks. And I win this bishop because it's pinned. That's an inaccuracy. Wait, taking's an inaccuracy there? Really? Threatened checkmate. I gotta see this. So wait, let's see here. I take. He takes. What? I'm failing to understand why this threatens checkmate. But, I guess I could have threatened the knight and the bishop at the same time. If I do this, he's probably going to move that. If I take, I guess I could have avoided the recapture of the pawn, I think. Also, if he moves this knight, I could move my queen in to take here, and then it could have gotten really bad for him. Anyways, I pinned the knight here, which I thought this was a great play, but apparently it wasn't. I could have just played check. Which, if I play check, he moves it there. Oh, I expose check there. Oh, man. Wow. And just look how much better of a position this is. Okay, yeah. I missed that check. If I saw that check, I probably would have played it. I somehow didn't see it. So I take the bishop. And I think at this point, I was saying, okay, there is no way I lose this. I get a free pawn out here. Here is where everything goes wrong. Because I give up. Okay, here's what happened here. I saw this pinned knight. I said, okay, well, this pawn is undefended because this knight's pinned. So I'll take it. He unpins the knight. So the queen is now under attack. I fail to remember that you know, that this knight was attacking the queen, but it was pinned. So in my mind, I'm thinking the knight is still pinned when it's not. I wasn't even paying attention to my opponent's move there, and I just moved the knight. And what does he do? Of course, he captures the queen. At this point, I'm kind of panicking. I'm saying, okay, this is bad. Again, I don't take this time to bring up my knight. You know, I don't even do that. I just take the open fight with the rook, which I guess isn't terrible. I should have played this. I definitely should have played that. Because then I could have played this immediately after, although he just... I do eventually play this, but later. Yeah, this... I had this plan in mind, where, you know, takes... But a bishop, I don't... If I had to go back, I would not play this tactic. Because giving up a bishop and a knight for a rook is just not worth it. But in the moment, I wanted to try it, have a little fun. So, you know, I move the bishop back to safety. He moves the rook there. Which, you know, my discovered check has completely been... I just straight up give him the knight. I don't know how I didn't see this, because obviously, right, he takes the knight. So you're getting a rook for you're losing a knight. And somehow I don't see that. Which it should be obvious. I mean, I'd say 9 times out of 10 I would notice this. In this game, I somehow don't notice it. Here, I just fail to see that he can just take my pawn. Because I forget about this knight. And yeah, he takes, and I say, okay, well, I have to abandon this plan. So I go back here to play check. And, well, he can just take that. So the game's over here at this point. The game is just over. You know, I play some moves. Kind of moving my king towards his pieces rather than away. I get my knight. I try to create any sort of threat I can right now. I don't know why I just don't move my knight out of danger. I mean, this is just... I could have just moved my bishop, because moving my knight here, he does this, which will win him a piece automatically. Attacking these two at the same time, which... Yeah, I definitely should have seen that. So, a terrible game, really. You know, my opponent, he gave me chances, and I failed to really capitalize. So we do one more. And this is going to be probably the longest video yet. Here, we're playing a 527 from Peru. Starting with the queen pawn, king pawn. In both of those games, we take a massive advantage at the start of the game, and then proceed to pretty much blunder everything. Pretty much. Oh, dude, I'm thinking immediately pin this knight, is what I'm thinking. And I think that's what I'll do. Okay, here we could go... We could do some... What do I want to do here? Could feed Keto, an option. Could also do this. I kind of like the idea of the pawn pyramid. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, we'll do that. He takes there, so we take with... That seems like a terrible idea to take with that, so we'll take with this. Yeah. Gotta make sure my bishop doesn't get trapped, because my bishop has very limited movement over here. Okay, unpins this knight. I think I should just take. If I just take, it'll expose this. I'm just taking. I'm just straight up taking. I think this is fine right now. I don't want to get too risky and play check just yet. Sorry, the music's a bit loud. Alright, at this point, thinking of moving one of my knights out here. I want to eventually castle this side, so we will move this knight. I think over here. That's a fair spot for it. Over here and then over here. You know, maybe get this bishop over here. Plays knight there, okay. Could play this. Don't hate the idea of doing that. Could also just push these pawns. Could straight up just start pushing here. Is an idea. I think I just kick this knight. Well, if I kick the knight, he goes here. I don't know if that helps me so much. Alright, move this knight out. Just get our knights out. Don't think too much about it. Just get the knights out. Everything's defended. So no blunders yet. No blunders yet. We're trying to get a win today. Trying to get a win. Get back to 550 at least. I think 600. I think within another 2 weeks, I should be able to get to 600. Within another 2 weeks. Possibly within another week if I play a lot for the next week. But, yeah, I think within the next 2 weeks it should be pretty easy to get to 600. If I just keep playing these games, learn from my mistakes. Okay, pins the knights. So do I kick? Do I get rid of this knight? Could just ignore it. Just ignore it. As well. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to castle soon, so move the bishop here. Kind of like a black London going on here, sort of. In a way. Except this knight's here instead of here. Like a reverse black London of sorts. Did they traded my bishop? Plays that. Okay. Go knight here now. I think now we just castle. Unpin this knight. Now he's got to either take or defend this. But he can only defend this. Could defend with dark squared bishop. Queen A5 is definitely a move. Well, I think ultimately it'd be kind of useless. Okay, pushes that pawn up. Okay. I don't know. I don't really want to push these pawns. I'd rather just go in with my pieces. I'm thinking go here. That seems like an alright spot to be. Also creates a potential discovered check over here. But he can kick it, that's the problem. So I think I will go here. I think I'll just go sit right there. I think that's an okay spot for the knight for the time being. I also... This pawn... Pretty sure he just has to push it or put his knight here. Could put the queen there. See if he notices. Well, here, which is good. Allows me to catch up on some time here. I've been severely behind in time for almost all these games. I'm almost always considerably down in time by 2-3 minutes. So this is actually kind of nice. Yeah, this video is reaching the hour mark now. It almost definitely will get over an hour. So he, I guess he's aiming at this piece. But we could just take here. Question is, do I take with the knight or do I take with the bishop? Hmm. Decisions to be made here. I think I'll take with knight. Allows me to win a pawn. I think this is fine. If I can get my queen up here, it's mate in one. I also think maybe rook e8. But I'm gonna play queen h4 first. Might offer me a queen trade if I do that. Might, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just play it. Oh, I had a free pawn here. I didn't even see that. I mean, I could still take it, you know, because he has to do something about this potential mate here. My guess is he can't move that pawn. Could move the king down here. And then he has, I think, this square. Is that the only move he has? I'm trying to think of what he has here, because he doesn't have this pawn. Which is good. Now I'm kind of glad I traded a knight for bishop, because if he had this pawn, you know, he would be... He'd be a-okay, because he could push this, go h3. He's thinking a long time about this. Wonder if he just thinks there's nothing he can do. Okay, he did do that. Okay, I still play this, I think. I still think this is the best play. Okay, the queen, king's there now. Now, I'm just gonna keep... well, we have this check as well. And we have this square covered this square. We have this square, this square, this square. This square is not this square. So we can go here or here. If I play this. But we'll do that. And then we can fork the queen and then rook. Unless there's mate. But I don't know if there is mate. If there's mate, I mean, I should go for that. But I don't think there is. Here, and then he just takes my bishop. If I go here... Oh, he can just take... I want to play these continuous checks, though. I really just want to keep playing continuous checks in hopes of doing something with that. Play that, could play that. If I go with that... let's see. I think he can only go... Where can he go? He can't go here. He can't go here. He can't go here. He can't go here. Oh, he can take with that, and then... I think this is mate. I think after he takes and I take, pretty sure it's mate. Fairly certain. Has to be, right? If he takes, I take. Defended by this and the knight. That's mate. I hope he just doesn't resign. I hope he doesn't just resign, because I really just want to checkmate today. He takes, and there it is. Checkmate with the pawn. There we go. After two really devastating losses, I come back with a pretty solid played game. I think my opponent just didn't defend well. I don't think my attack was amazing or anything, but I just think my opponent misplayed it. But played 90% accuracy. You know, there was a mistake in there, but overall played very much more solid. It's funny, I lose my one game. I started with the white pieces in my first two, and then I win my game with the black pieces, which is pretty funny. Yeah, I could play the pyramid. Could have gone knight there. Going knight here, I think, makes a little bit more sense because you're defending this bishop. It's not bad. Taking with that was the play. I take that, which opens up. I think opening up the king here is almost always... It's got to be a good play, maybe 99% of the time. I'm bringing that out now, which apparently bringing out this knight would have been better. I'm trying to see... I mean, I guess you're blocking the queen. Maybe getting the queen out, playing check, and then bring... I don't know. Then I bring this knight out, I bring bishop there. Very nice spot for the bishop. I mean, I played this opening very solidly, for the most part. I castle, which was a inaccuracy. Takes. Oh yeah, then this pawn, I guess so. Isolated pawn's really not something I think about. Maybe I should think about that more. Is, you know, can my opponent easily take this pawn? Yeah, I guess. So what should I have played there? I should have played A5. Huh? Wow. Okay. A5. That's an interesting move. I fail to see, like, why it's such a beneficial move. Got castle. Wait, where did I see H5? Did I not? Oh, I guess that was in the tactic. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I should have gone knight here. Yeah, I considered going knight there. I definitely did consider it. I go there now. I had the free pawn as early as this turn. Look how many turns it takes in order for me to see this free pawn. It takes until this turn. Anyways, you know, I win a pawn through here. And then, this is mate in 1. What's mate in 4? Mate in 3. If I played this... Oh, what would happen if I played this instead of this? You can't go there, can't go there. Is this checkmate? Oh yeah, it was... If I take with the other pawn, it's just mate in 1. This just adds an extra step, but still a forced checkmate, so... Yeah, this was forced checkmate. As soon as I moved the queen, it was forced checkmate. Apparently here, he should have gone knight here. Would have stopped the forced checkmate. Because then I would have to move this knight, like, back here. I don't know. Still a great game, really. I mean, played very well. Over 90% accuracy. But that's it for me. But, thank you guys for watching. Go 1 and 2 today. Not terrible. You know, a bit on a bad streak now, but I do get over 550. But I'll be back tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.